5 stacking in Rainbow Six can be great, but honestly, it's kind of overrated. A lot of the time 5 stacks will have messy coordination, over-flooded comms, bad positioning, and even a lack of teamwork. But if you find yourself a duo that you can work well with, then you might just be able to start dominating your ranked games together. The best part of all though is that you don't even have to have great mechanics, because by using these 5 simple duo tactics, it will bring you opportunities that will completely change the outcome of your rounds. This is by far the best way to keep your plans simple, calculated, and calm without the overbearing clash of opinions, strategies, and chaos that comes with being in a 5 stack. The first of these simple tactics would be flashing for your duo. Coordinating a push off of flashbangs is one of the most simple yet effective tactics that there are in R6. Now there's 2 different ways to do this. You can either flash an area or flash an enemy. Flashing an enemy would be directly flashbanging someone so that your teammate is able to push up on them and take them out while they're fully blind. In this circumstance, they don't even have an opportunity to fight back, and your duo is gonna run in there and teabag him, knife him, or even whiff an entire mag and still get the kill. This dude is completely screwed, but opportunities like this don't come quite as often as area flashing. Area flashing, you're flashbanging off a specific area to prevent defenders from being able to peek from there. If you don't know whether a spot is clear or not, you're able to flashbang it repeatedly to essentially contest that area. What this means is your teammate no longer has to be concerned about being peeked from that spot and can push in to take gunfights on the other spots. This eliminates an entire region of the bomb site that could potentially be a crossfire, and your teammate is able to directly challenge the other angles with more time and safety. Once they've established this control, you've got the site, and the defenders are now going to have to retake it in order to win. This is a much more difficult job than just sitting in the site waiting for people to push into their angles. And you can even do both at the same time, flashing an enemy and flashing a different area to combo them together. The soul's down here.
Bomb has been located.
It's one of the guys on white.
Nice.
Holding your
So.
bathroom, don't worry. Swinging in box.
Flanking you, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
This guy's just... Oh my god. The next tactic is all about drones. But before we get into that, why don't you drone out that subscribe button on your screen, because I post every Wednesday and Saturday, and that gives you 2 opportunities per week to watch my videos and get better at R6. But anyway, whether you're on attack or defense, information and counter information should always be one of your priorities. On attack, you need to drone. However, droning your duo into the building is super powerful for 2 reasons. The first is that you'll gain information. This is a standard when droning, but gaining info of what's clear and what's not will help your teammate know where to look, what's safe, and where to find the kills, without being caught off by someone hiding in a corner. The second step to this is to follow up the drone closely. By staying close to the drone, you're able to use the drone as a bait. When the droner finds a defender, the entry player is right behind the drone to trade off the drone for a kill. This is by far the most efficient way to clear, take control, and gain a massive advantage. It can be a little risky at times, but it's much safer than going in completely blind. On the defensive side of this, you'll want to play for counter info. By having a teammate play near you and shoot drones for you, the attackers will end up at a point where they'll have to make assumptions. If they know it was a Solus that shot their drone, and then they see Solus in another area shortly after, they might assume that the first area they droned is now clear, but really you're still hiding there to surprise them. This is great with Cav because you can usually get an interrogation off, but you can do it with literally any operator and in any location. These 2 basic forms of teamwork are incredibly strong. The third tactic is wildly misunderstood and also part of the reason why I have no hope for the human race. Let's talk about baiting your teammates. There are 2 different ways to bait your teammates, one of which is an extremely powerful tool that can lead to winning, and the other of which is an utterly useless way to completely throw the match. Sitting in spawn doing absolutely nothing and hoping people peek you is a fantastic way to lose. You're gaining no control, you're wasting all the time you have in the round, and your team is probably pushing into the building without you, essentially making it a 4v5. This is baiting the wrong way. If your teammates die, you're left in a 1vx situation and you're just praying that the other team throws. If they have just a single person on the defending team that can actually resist their crackhead impulses and just hide in a corner, then you've lost the round. Sure, you might have a 1.5 KD, but it doesn't really mean anything when you're stuck in silver. On the contrary to this, we have baiting the right way, otherwise known as trading. To do this, you follow up behind wherever your teammate goes. When they push into a room, you don't sit and watch them walk in, you push in with them to have a 2v1 on the next person you see. From the opponent's perspective, they can only aim at one of you at a time, and you're coming in with twice the firepower. Even if they kill one of you, the other person gets the kill and you go 1 for 1 while gaining control of the area that you pushed into. Drop new, drop new. Let's swing this new guy. This is especially powerful when you push into the bomb site and do this. As I mentioned earlier, once you have the site, the defenders have to retake it, putting the advantage in your favor. So stop watching your teammates walk in and die and just start following them around. Literally follow them around like a little baby duckling waddling behind their big juicy mommy. Wherever they go, you go. Become their shadow. Offset yourself slightly so you don't get collatted, and suddenly you're 10 times better than that guy sitting in spawn the whole round. Give me a sec.
I'm in basement.
Give me a sec, my gun's behind you.
Yeah, I hear a guy down here.
Nothing close. Checking wine side. Nothing wine door. Ah, you're chilling. There's nobody down here. If you can, if you want. I'm not checking dining.
I'm just gonna leave a flank cam.
Trophy's good. Hey, wait a sec, wait a sec.
One's out in bathroom. Problem.
Okay, one's in cubby. Wait, I'm gonna flash from that door.
One dead. Eight. Flashing bathroom.
On the
think we're
master
good.
bin.
Flashing feet. I'll leave a frost.
I can plant.
Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser.
Thinking maybe? Yep.
Last operator standing.
Trading your teammates can come in different forms though. Instead of being glued together, you can actually do the opposite though, where you form crossfires or hold different areas to protect one specific area. Take this cafe round for example, where I'm playing red stairs to prevent the attackers from walking down the hallway and into the bomb site. While I do this, my duo is actually above the site watching prep to prevent them from getting in through that entrance. We have the common goal of locking them out of the two site entrances while being quite literally on the opposite sides of the map. Coming small. Building off of this concept leads us to our next tactic, which is covering. Build the server window.
Let's go to
You have located a bomb.
holding it. Don't worry
Threw
about
another one on.
it. Yep.
Yeah, I got it. You might need to cover one another for a variety of reasons, but the most typical would be planning. Establishing trust, learning how to communicate what you need covered and when you need covered, and determining what the plan is beforehand is essential to this. Saying, hey, I'm gonna plant here, I need you to watch this, are you ready, are all great comms that will lead to flawless cover. This could also be when you're trying to remove some utility or just achieve any specific task and you need someone to watch your back. That might be a flank watch while you're breaching above the site or a plethora of other things, but the one that's going to turn the round in your favor is getting that bomb planted. Planning is going to require a little extra work, as getting the opportunity to plant with only 2 people is fairly difficult, but if you pick operators with a lot of utility or go for a smoke plant, it can actually work out pretty great. So with the less skilled one of you planning and the mechanical god of the 2 of you covering, you can get the diffuser down and win out the round with only the 2 of you. The other 3 of your teammates are basically just a bonus / distraction doing who knows what on the other side of the map. And now I'll sit back and watch as you and your duo fight to the death to decide which one of you is the bomb bitch and who gets to rack up those kills. I'm gonna go Capital hard breaches and bring nades, and you can nade the shit off the wall, and I'll open the wall, and then I'll smoke for you, and then I'll plant.
Nothing. I got 2.
Oh, you got the mute, you got the mute.
Yeah.
How'd you say
Are we
nothing?
sticking there or are we going backside?
No, we're gonna stick here. I'm gonna plant, you're gonna cover me.
No, I said I got 2 jammers. Oh, well, my bomb.
One's connector. Can you nade the connector guy?
Hold on. There's a guy on bomb though.
I can just flame him. Damn.
Wait,
I'm smoking it. Just cover me. You got me covered?
Yeah.
They have a f***ing warden, dude. They have a warden. Bomb down. Yeah. Run, run, run. Oh! I have connector.
I can't. One close left. On the trash can. Pox, close left.
Okay, okay.
Rune.
I missed every shot. I missed every shot. I missed every shot. Connector. Pushing up. Pushing up. It's a warden on the bomb. Peeking the holes. They're both there. Both there. One's left. One's right. Oh my god. Oh my god, ice cold! Planning and covering as a duo leads into the final tactic of this video, which is operator comboing. There are a ton of operator abilities that you can combine together to gain an advantage. For example, Glaz and Capital in that last clip was the perfect duo combo to nade the mute jammer off, hard breach tool the wall, fire and smoke off the site, and use Glaz's thermal sight to cover it safely. Planning out what you want to do in the round ahead of time based on the bomb site and the enemy team's lineup allows you to pick operators that work well together to achieve what you're trying to do. This can go for both defense and attack, whether it's a wall denial strat with Cade and Bandit, a heavy utility strat with the Zombie and Castle, or a roam clear with Jackal and Blitz. Figure out what you want to do together, bring two operators that can work off each other, plan it out, and just do it. It might work, it might not, but the more you experiment and try things out, the more options and plays that you'll have to use in the future. If you want a good place to start, you can go watch this video where I explain 10 different duo strategies that you can try out yourself right now. Thanks for watching and subscribe.